Hello dear students. So next topic of your mathematics. Today in this class we are going to start the topic lines and angles. Okay, so first we will see what are the basic terms and the definitions. Already you know about the basic terms and the definitions. So in that whatever will come lines, angles, rays, again collinear points, one by one we will study thoroughly here. So then first one, what is the line segment here? So line segment is a part of line here. Yes or no? Line segment is a part of line with the two endpoints. A and B are the endpoints of the line segment here. So this is a part of line and which has the two endpoints A and B here, and it is denoted by AB on that single bar here. So this like we can denote the line segment here. So next one, ray. Ray is what? So that is also a part of a line segment. Ray is also a part, otherwise a portion of a line segment with a one endpoint here. So this type. This is the endpoint and this is a continuous. This we call as the ray here. So ray has only one endpoint, line segment has two endpoints. Both are the portion, otherwise a part of the line only here. So then and it is denoted by AB on that arrow mark, AB arrow mark here. So next one will become a collinear points. What are the collinear points here? 3 or more than 3 points. 3 or more than, not a less than 3 here. Minimum 3, maximum how much also? 3 or more than 3 points lies on the same straight line, or the same line segment that we call as a collinear points here. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. So they all are lying on the same straight line that A, B, C, D are the collinear. So this we call as the collinear points here. So here 3 or more than 3 lines points will be lies on the same line that we call as the collinear points here. So got my A, B, C, D as the collinear points. And what are the non-collinear points? So if same, just simple here. If the any lines are not lying on the same plane here, same line here, that we call as a non-collinear here. A, B, C, D are a non-collinear. Yes or no? So then here angles. What are the angles? So angles, when two rays are originated from one point. Here O is a common point. So when two rays are the originated from the one point, otherwise one common point where the angle will be formed. There the angle will be formed. That we call as the angle. And whatever the rays form, that we call as the arms of the angles here. These we call as the OA and OB are the arms of the angle here. Arms of the angle AOB here. And we can denote it by the AOB. So like that you can write, otherwise AOB, on that you can give a cap. However, also you can write here cap like, otherwise by taking a EL here. So these are the basic definitions. So next will become a types of angles here. Types of angles here. So which are the types? So we will study one by one here. First one will become a acute angle. First one will become acute angle. So first one we will see what is the acute angle. First type of that is acute angle. So what is acute angle here? The angle which measures less than 90 degree and greater than 0 degree, that we call as the acute angle. For example, take here angle AOB. So this angle lies between what? So angle that has to be angle AOB is greater than 0 degree and less than 90 degree. This angle we call as the acute angle. The angle which lies between the 0 to 90 degree, that angle we call as the acute angle. Next one will become a right angle. So next one will be right angle. What is the right angle? The angle which measures exactly 90 degree, that we call as a right angle. If here AOB you are considering, this angle has to be measure exactly 90 degree, that angle we call as a right angle. Already you know the basic definitions of, but still I am explaining. So third one will become obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. So what is the obtuse angle? Same. The angle measures. So I will draw first angle. This angle we call as the obtuse angle here. Angle AOB is the obtuse angle. So here what would be? Angle AOB has to be what? Greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. The angle which lies between 90 to 180 degree, that we call as the obtuse angle here. So 90 to 180, which will be lies between 90 to 180 degree. Now that angle we call as the what? Obtuse angle. So next one will become a straight angle. Fourth one will become straight angle. So what is the straight angle? The angle which measures exactly 180 degree. How the right angle measures exactly 90 degree, that we call as the right angle. The angle which measures exactly 180 degree, that angle we call as the right angle here. Angle AOB is equal to 180 degree here. Angle AOB. Here also angle AOB. Yes or no? So here angle AOB lies, AOB is equal to 90 degree. Like that here angle AOB is equal to 180 degree. So next one will become a reflex angle. The fifth one will become reflex angle. So what is the reflex angle? So this. A, this is O and this is B. The angle AOB is greater than 180 degree and less than what? 360 degree. That angle we called as the reflex angle here. The angle which measures greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. That angle we called as the reflex angle. This total angle we called as the reflex angle here. The angle measures between 180 to 360. That angle we called as the reflex angle. So next one will become the complete angle. Complete angle. So what is the complete angle? It's a AO and AB. Here on both the lines will be this angle we call as a complete angle. So angle which measures exactly complete 360 degree, that angle we call as the complete angle. So in your protector, so if this is a protector, so one round, two round. So that will be complete 360 degree. So angle which measures exactly to say otherwise complete 360 degree, that we call as a complete angle here. So one more thing will become zero angle. What is the zero angle here? What is the difference between the complete angle and zero angle? So here what will happen? Two lines are there. So this is a OA ray and one more OB ray. OB ray. So when OB ray will be comes rotating and comes again will be lies on the OA only, that time it complete rotation takes, means that will become a 360 degree. So without rotation OA line is there, ray is there, on that only OB will be lies, means that is called as a 0 degree. If the angle will be takes a complete rotation, that time only we can tell that is a 360 degree complete angle. If the two rays does not originate from the same point, but there is no any gap between, otherwise no any rotation between that, so that we call as a 0 degree. So for complete degree we have to take show the complete circle 0 degree only, we have to take show the point here. So this is the difference between the 0 degree and 360 degree. So you know the definitions of common basic points and the types of the angles. Some more types will become different types, I will explain now. So now some more important types of the angles here. First one will become a complementary angles. What are which type of angles? These are complementary angles. So angles, the sum of two angles is 90 degree, that angles we call as the complementary angles. For example, angle AOB and this is a C. 45 degree plus 45 degree. So angle AOC plus angle COB, both will be 90 degree, that angles we call as a complementary angles here. 45 plus 45, that both are 90 degrees, so that we call as a complementary angles. So here what OC is a common adjacent side, this one. Okay, so if angle AOC, these are different angles, AOB and angle PQR. This is a 70 degree and this is a 30 degree. Yes, here angle AOB plus angle PQR is equal to 90 degree, means angle AOB and PQR are complementary angles. It may be common, they have a common ray, otherwise not. They are separate, otherwise in one angle only. So that we call as a complementary angles. So next one will become a supplementary angles. What are the supplementary angles? The sum of two angles is 180 degree. Here complementary means sum of two angles is 90 degree. But supplementary means sum of the two angles is 180 degree. That angles we call as the supplementary angle. For example, angle AOB is 120 degree and angle POQ is 60 degree. So 180 plus 60, they will gives us 180 degree, or like this also it will become. This is 60 degree and this is 120 degree. Can give names C, A, P and Q. So these angles we call as a supplementary angles. So whether two angles are different, otherwise in one angle only two angles are formed. So if sum of two angles is 180 degree, that angles we call as a complementary angles. Like here, angle AOB is complementary angle of angle POQ. Sorry, supplementary angle of angle POQ. If some questions they will ask. So if angle, one angle means 130 degree, what is the complement? What is the supplementary angle of 130 degree? So what you have to do? In 180 you have to subtract 130. What you will get? 50 degree you will get. That means supplementary angle of 130 degree is 50 degree here. So like that also questions they will ask. So next will become adjacent angles. What is the adjacent angle? The angles which have one common arm. The two angles have a one common arm, one common side. That angles we call as adjacent. If you consider A, O, B and C here. Angle AOC, this angle is adjacent to angle COB because here OC is common side. Otherwise angle AOB is adjacent to angle AOC. No, this will be. This complete angle will not come to adjacent to this half angle. But angle AOC is adjacent to angle COB here. Yes, these two, they have at least common side, but that side has to be lies between only, not side. So here, if you consider angle A, here only, angle AOB and angle AOC. AOC, take here. AO, both are common, but this AO line will not lies in middle, that will become side. So these two are not adjacent here. Angle AOC is angle COB. Both the angles are adjacent here. That has to be, whatever the common side is, then that has to become middle only. That has to be lies middle only here. So next one will become linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles means that will be combination of supplementary and adjacent angles. What are supplementary and adjacent angle? In supplementary angles, if the two different angles, sum is 180 degree, then also we can say they are the supplementary angles. But in the linear pair, what happen? The supplementary angles, linear pair also the supplementary angles, but they has to be adjacent. Which are the adjacent supplementary angles are there now? Means they have a adjacent angles. The adjacent angle sum is 180 degree, that we call as a linear pair of angles here. Angle AOC plus angle COB is equal to 180 degree because AOB is a straight line here. So means what will be adjacent? The sum of the two adjacent angles is 180 degree. That angles we call as a linear angles. Otherwise, sum of two adjacent angles is supplementary. That angles we call as the linear pair of angles here. Getting? So that is a mixture of adjacent and supplementary angles here. So next one will become vertically opposite angles. What are the vertically opposite angles? When two straight lines will be intersect each other, when two straight lines PQ and RS will be intersect at a point O, here what two pairs of vertically opposite angles will be formed, which are those POR this and QRS this one, and POS and ROQ. and always vertically opposite angles are equal here. Always vertically opposite are equal here. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 and angle 3 is equal to angle 4. All are 4 are not equal here. Opposite, vertically opposite angles are only equal here. So this we call as in shortly VOA also we can write here. So these are what? Complementary. Sum of two angles is 90 degree, that called as a complementary. Sum of two angles is 180 degree, that we call as supplementary. Adjacent angle means two angles has at least one side common, that we call as adjacent angle, and the two adjacent angles is 180. Sum of two adjacent angle is 180 degree. Otherwise, sum of two adjacent angle is supplementary, that we call as a linear pair of angles. Vertically opposite angle. When two lines will be intersect each other at one point, there is two pairs of vertically opposite angles will be formed, and both the pairs are equal here. So these about the some important points of on angles here. So next will become a intersecting and non-intersecting lines here. So what is the intersecting and non-intersecting means? When two lines will be meet at one point, they one common point, that we call as the intersecting lines. So intersecting lines here, these two. Non-intersecting lines means if the two lines will be never intersect each other, means that lines we call as the parallel lines here. So parallel lines never be intersect each other. If any other lines are there, means they will intersect at least any indefinite point, but the parallel lines never will be intersect each other. So that's why parallel lines are non-intersecting lines, and except that which will be meets, the two lines will be meet at a one common point, that lines we call as the intersecting lines here. One thing you have to remember, parallel lines never be intersect each other. How much also you can, infinitely you can produce, but they will never meet each other. They will parallel only. But intersecting lines, they will meet at, while producing, they will meet at point, one definite point, that we call as an intersecting point there. So next of this one, it will become, some axioms will become. So again some axioms. So axiom 3.1 from your textbook. What is that one? If a ray stands on a line, any ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree. If one line is there, okay, consider this AB is the line. So any ray stands on this line, anywhere you can draw the line here. So here OC is the one ray. If a ray stands on a line, sum of two adjacent angles here, which one? AOC. Angle AOC is adjacent to angle COB. So then angle COB. Both angles, 1 and 2 angles are formed. So what will be? Angle AOC and angle COB. Both of the adjacent angles are formed. That sum is 180 degree. So adjacent angles so formed is 180 degree. Adjacent angles which are the form, that sum is 180 degree here. Getting it? Angle when a ray stands on a straight line, any one ray will be stands on a straight line, and adjacent angle so formed, that angles we call as that angles is 180 degree. And if adjacent angle sum is 180 degree, means that type of angles we call as linear pair of angles. These angles only we call as a linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. So axiom 3.2 is totally opposite of this one, reciprocal of this one we can tell. Otherwise, if the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degrees, sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then the non-common arms of the adjacent angles here. Take this one angle. Sum of two adjacent angle is 180 degree. AOC and COB. Okay, is 180 degree. Okay. So then non-common arms here. Common arm is OC. OC is a common arm. This is a common arm here. OC is common arm. So OC is a common arm, means non-common arms are OA and OB. Yes, OA and OB are the non-common arms. OA and non-common arms of the angles forms a straight line here, means OA plus OB, that will be gives us a straight line here only. Yes. Yes or no? So this is a straight line. So non-common arms of the two adjacent angles, that will be forms the what? Straight line. Straight line means that is the 180 degree. So these are the two important axioms. So depending on this, very important theorem is there. Very important means important. You have to read that you have to practice. I will explain now. Okay. Now theorem, that is 3.1 theorem. If two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. So already while explaining vertical angles, I told both the angles, whichever the pair of vertical angles are equal here. So then how we have to prove this? By proof. Here consider AB and CD. AB and CD are the two what? Straight line intersecting at a point O. How many pairs of angles here? Two pairs of angle AOC and angle DOB. One pair. Angle AOD and angle COB. This is another pair. So these two angles 1, 2 and 3, 4 are equal. That we have to prove here. So then, given whatever the given, you have to write down given. What the given? AB and CD are two straight lines, two lines intersecting at point O. AB and CD are the two lines intersecting at a point O. This is given here. So then to prove, what we have to prove here? So that we have to prove here angle AOC is equal to angle BOD and angle AOD that is equal to angle CO. AOD is equal to angle BOC. Angle BOC. This we have to prove here. So then come from the proof here. So then we have to prove here. So then this we have to prove and this we have to prove. So here just I will erase these all. Okay, so this is the point O here. So here consider line AB. OC is a line on ray on AB and DC is the straight line and OA is the ray on OD. Yes or no? So then we can write here, what we have to write here, ray OA. This is the ray OA on line CD here. Ray OA stands on line. OA stands on line. OA stands on line DC. OA stands on line DC. So then what it will be gives? Angle AOD plus angle AOC. Angle 1 and angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. So then what that will be gives? Angle AOD plus angle AOC is equal to 180 degree. Because angle 1 and angle 2 are the adjacent angles. Yes or no? And it will be formed. So DC is a straight line, means this is because of linear pair. Because of linear pair axiom, you can tell. Linear pair axiom here. So consider this as equation number 1 here. So then next one, here AB is a line, OC is ray OC. Otherwise ray OC stands on which line? AB. Stands on line AB here. Stands on line AB. So then what we have to take? Angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. Angle AOC. This one and angle 3. Angle BOC plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. So consider this as equation number 2. And this is also because of linear pair. Because of linear pair. You have to write the reason in a bracket side here. So then from equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and 2. What we will get? So here also 180 degree. and here also 180 degree. So then equals are equal to, so same things are equal to one another, which are equal to one another. So 180, 180 both are equal means RHS of both the equations are equal means automatically LHS will become equal here. So therefore angle AOD plus angle AOC, that is equal to angle AOC plus angle BOC. Yes or no? This side also equals are subtracted from them. So here AOC, both the side AOC are there means AOC it cancels here. Subtracted, equals are subtracted from the equals. So what will be remains that AOD is equal to BOD. So hence it is, sorry, BOC. Then AOD, this is equal to angle BOC. These are the vertically opposite angles here. Yes, sir? So similarly, angle AOD, this is we proved, and angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. Hence proved. Hence we proved the vertically opposite angles are equal. This is very important theorem. You have to practice it, perfect it. Depending on this, examples are there. We will see the examples on this theorem in the next class. I hope all you understood. So keep watching, study hard, try to solve the exercises, so examples on this. Tomorrow again in tomorrow class I will solve the examples only. So keep study, follow all whatever the notes I given, you have to note down in your notebook. Thank you students.